Hello, welcome to the lecture. Today's lecture will be about artificial intelligence. So, what is artificial intelligence? It's been in many movies. You've seen these movies. In some movies, it's wonderful, in other movies, it's scary, but this is still something that we don't have all the way. So, movies portray quite a fantastic future. Again, we understand what is brain power, right? So we are smarter than a mouse, and maybe dolphins are smarter than humans, and perhaps computers are smarter than dolphins. This is the way to understand intelligence. Again, intelligence is the ability to acquire and apply knowledge and skills. Everyone, all the living organisms have intelligence. So ant has some intelligence, a mouse, a rat, a cat, monkey, and human. Maybe we have more and more intelligence in the kingdoms of different species, right? Ability to acquire and apply knowledge and skills. Once again, think about this. Look at the picture. It's a wasp. She's building her little house made of mud. So she has intelligence. She's bringing mud from far away and building her house according to some design in her head. So this is quite sophisticated.
One of the first and most important questions to ask is what is artificial intelligence? The word is being thrown around AGI, AI, etc., etc. In simple terms, what is artificial intelligence?
So allow me to start by what is intelligence, right? Because again, if we don't know the definition of the basic term, then everything applies. So in my definition of intelligence, it's an ability. It starts with an awareness of your surrounding environment through sensors. In a human, it's eyes and ears and touch and so on, compounded with an ability to analyze, maybe to comprehend, to understand temporal impact and time and past and present, which is part of the surrounding environment, and hopefully make sense of the surrounding environment, maybe make plans for the future of the possible environment, solve problems, and so on. Complex definition, there are a million definitions, but let's call it an awareness to decision cycle, okay? If we accept that intelligence itself is not a physical property, okay, then it doesn't really matter if you produce that intelligence on carbon-based computer structures like us or silicon-based computer structures like the current hardware that we put AI on, or quantum-based computer structures in the future, then intelligence itself has been produced within machines when we've stopped imposing our intelligence on them. Let me explain.
So again, this guy, he used to work for Google. He's talking about intelligence, right? Ability to make decisions. So WASP has intelligence. Look at this video of the brain of a fruit fly.
The ventral nerve cord includes many different classes of neurons that work together to control behavior. Ascending sensory neurons bring information from the periphery directly to the brain. Most sensory neurons, however, terminate in the ventral nerve cord.
Look how complex it is.
Descending neurons carry
Just a fruit
information
fly.
from the brain to the ventral nerve cord via the neck connective. Ascending neurons relay information from the nerve cord to the brain, while intrinsic neurons are restricted to the nerve cord and form its largest population. Motor neurons target the muscles to control behavior. This complete, extensively annotated connectome of the adult ventral nerve cord can be used to investigate any neural circuit of interest.
Again, when this little fly is making decisions, it's using the brain, right? And now we're building artificial intelligence, right? Artificial means something created by human, not created by nature. Again, dogs have intelligence, cats have intelligence. Okay, for example, expert Geoffrey Hinton, this guy, is a pioneer in AI research. It's been suggested dogs have mental abilities similar to human children, aged 2 to 2.5 years old. Intelligence varies among different dog breeds, with genetics playing a significant role. This perspective highlights the impressive cognitive abilities of animals. Again, human brain is superior to dogs, but maybe AI will be even superior to humans. Computer models are now outperforming humans in various tasks, some that humans cannot do. So there's an evolving nature of AI and its potential to impact humanity. These contrasting viewpoints raise intriguing questions about the nature of intelligence and the boundaries between human and machine cognition. So think, cat is smarter than the fly. We are smarter than the cat, but AI is smarter than us. Again, artificial is something created by, not by nature. Rather, it doesn't occur naturally. So for example, here's an artificial picture of ICDI, right? It looks like it's real, but it's not. Again, when we create artificial intelligence, we're creating connections inside the computer that mimic the brain. While artificial neurons and perceptrons were modeled after the biological processes observed in the brain in 1950s, there are key differences between these artificial creations and their natural counterparts. Consider how birds inspired airplanes and horses inspired trains and cars. While inspired by nature, none of these modern transportation methods actually resemble the animals they were based on. Similarly, artificial neurons, though inspired by brain, are far simpler and less complex than biological ones. Despite their limitations, artificial neural networks are incredibly powerful and useful in specific areas, even surpassing the abilities of the animals that inspired them. However, it is important not to get carried away and think that these artificial systems are just like human brains. Anthropomorphizing or giving human characteristics to non-human things can lead to misunderstanding about the true capabilities and limitations of AI. While inspired by nature, artificial neural networks are fundamentally different from biological neurons in many ways, not just in the materials they are made of. Understanding these differences is crucial as we continue to explore the potential of AI and its impact on our lives. Previously, computers were as big as rooms, and now they're as tiny as a book. Today we'll delve into the stark contrast between the earliest computers and the modern devices we rely on daily. Let's go back in time to 1951, the year the UNIVAC 1, the first commercial computer, was introduced. Imagine a colossal machine, the UNIVAC 1, filled with over 6,000 vacuum tubes and weighing as much as several elephants. This behemoth occupied an entire room and consumed a massive amount of electricity to perform around 1,905 operations per second. To put that into perspective, it's like comparing a snail to a bullet train when we consider today's lightning fast computers capable of trillions of operations per second. Memory and storage have also undergone a dramatic transformation. The UNIVAC had a mega memory capacity of about 1000 words, a mere fraction of what even a basic smartphone holds today. Similarly, data storage has evolved from magnetic tapes with limited capacity to terabytes of storage on modern devices like solid state drives. In terms of their user experience, the UNIVAC 1 was a far cry from the intuitive interfaces we're accustomed to. It relied on punched cards, etc. So think about that. Again, when we talk about artificial intelligence, there's artificial narrow intelligence, artificial general intelligence, and artificial super intelligence, right? Narrow intelligence, maybe Google Translate, right? It can translate, and that's all it does. And then artificial general intelligence is what we are going towards right now, when computers will be as smart as smart humans. Okay. Once again, is it different from humans? How different is it? We will talk about how people feel about artificial intelligence. It's a bit like when new machines were invented a long time ago. Some people were excited, but other people worried about losing their jobs during the first industrial revolution and the second industrial revolution. When we ask people about AI, we find mixed feelings. Some people think it's great and will help us in many ways. Others worry AI might take away jobs or that we'll rely too much on computers. Some people are also concerned about privacy, especially with AI that learns from our information. Many people don't know much about AI, so it's important to learn more. We can have several classes or talks to help everyone understand what AI is all about. But right now we can see that AI is definitely smarter than humans in terms of average humans in terms of taking tests, etc. So this is ex-Google officer Mo Gawad. He speaks about AI, how it will affect our lives.
The subject matter that we're about to talk about matter to the person that's just clicked on this podcast to listen?
It's the most existential debate and challenge humanity will ever face. This is bigger than climate change, way bigger than COVID. This will redefine the way the world is in unprecedented shapes and forms within the next few years. This is imminent. It is, the change is not, we're not talking 2040, we're talking 2025, 2026.
Do you think this is an emergency?
I don't like the word. It is an urgency. There is a point of no return, and we're getting closer and closer to it. It's going to reshape the way we do things and the way we look at life. The quicker we respond, proactively and at least intelligently to that, the better we will all be positioned. But if we panic, we will repeat COVID all over again, which in my view is probably the worst thing we can do.
What's your background, and when did you first the subject matter that we're
Again, artificial intelligence can do many things. It can find solutions, increase productivity, democratize many domains, gap current inequalities, help learners, like Khan Academy. It can help judges in research and writing opinions. It can help students. But at the same time, it can create fake news. There's a video how it can take jobs from people who work online, for example, in various services. It can create fake news. So, for example, Russia shot down Thai aircraft over Poland, no survivors. It's fake, but with the help of AI, it can look like it's real.
This is CNN Breaking News.
This has all been created by computers, and yet it looks very real. And imagine if you post it and spread the fake news, there will be panic. This is all fake.
Russian military mistakenly downs Thai Airways flight, sparking international outrage. In a devastating incident on June 9, 2023, a Russian military unit mistakenly shot down.
Again, it never happened. Or it can create fake voices. Here's a voice by Ajahn Pam and Ajahn Sara, created by AI.
Hi there. Welcome to ICDI podcast series, Digital Innovation for Dummies. I'm your co-host, Pam.
And I am Sarah. Our sound engineer is Dr. Phil. Hi, Doctor.
Today we will explore technology cutting-edge
This is
topic of
all fake. Again, it can create fake pictures where we have real people in situations that never occurred with them. It can create videos and voices, and this is very dangerous because it can create panic, and people will lose trust to information. But then again, there are good things like learning. There are good things like, people who are dead can now be part of movies again. Again, there are ethical questions whether we should do it, but it's a possibility. A person who is dead can be reading a book, so in certain terms, you become immortal. At the same time, it can take jobs, it can create deepfakes, it can help terrorists, it can kill the democracy. Again, it could take the jobs from people. It can replace teachers. In all these questions, we should think, is it legal? Is it good for the economy? And is it ethical? All these three things are interplaying. So, for example, ethical questions. Should we let AI do the hiring? Should AI look at our faces and judge us? Should there be AI-created videos? Again, democracy is a form of government in which people have the authority to decide. Should we give it to computers to decide what is best for us? And will you like it? Will computers not go crazy? Again, there's a thing called technocracy. Some people think AI is great because it can help us do many things faster and better. It can also help us solve problems that are too difficult for people alone. But other people worry about AI because they think it might take away people's jobs or make us too dependent on machines. It's important to learn about AI so we can decide for ourselves whether it's good or bad. We can have classes or discussions to help everyone understand what AI is and how it works. So again, technocracy is the rule of the people who understand technology. Like, for example, Bill Gates.
With ABC News about that other game-changing technology in so much focus today, artificial intelligence.
OpenAI CEO Sam Altman told me he's a little bit scared about this technology. Are you scared?
We're all scared that a bad guy could grab it.
The White House, the administration, regulators here in the US, do you think they're up to speed?
Not yet.
They're not ready.
Not yet. I mean,
Why are they not ready?
you're never going to have every politician understanding it, but how do you build up a capacity for health applications, for education, to review things? The government has a role to play here. You know, they won't be the experts, but they have to be part of that discussion. And so the White House starting those conversations, that's all good.
Still, unlike others in the field, including Elon Musk, Gates opposes pausing AI development.
If you just pause the good guys and you don't pause everyone else, you're probably hurting yourself. You definitely want the good guys to have strong AI.
Can you guarantee that?
If you stop the good guys, you can guarantee it won't happen.
You've got a fake image of the Pope, fake images of President Joe Biden. At some point, if those proliferate at a much greater scale, won't that confuse people about what the truth is?
You're going to have to say, where did this come from? And
whose responsibility is that? Each
the
of
reader,
us?
the viewer.
Every person has the responsibility to question what they're looking at.
Society is going to start to say, okay, this source is more of a trusted source. It's not like we can say, hey, please stop making fake image.
And just as Gates has seen with nuclear, getting it right when the stakes
Again, we elect people to run the country, and yet if they don't understand AI, they need to invite experts who will advise them, but these experts are not elected.
with ABC.
Okay, and then there's a issue of AI alignment.